The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray.
I'm always out of the game. I don't know why I can't get that right every morning.
Come on over. We got half of Candace. You come a little bit closer over here. There you go. There's all of Candace.
Yeah. I love me. Yeah. It's cold this morning, y'all.
Very, very out there. Meridian, we're sitting at 13 with a negative wind chill of 3. Could go a little bit higher. And as we go northward up through the areas, it even gets colder the further north you go. Stark Vegas, around 7 degrees. I even saw some 0 and 1 degrees right there at the the Mississippi-Tennessee line.
Yeah. I was looking at I guess it was in the middle of the night. It said it feels like -4 is what it said, I think.
If that ain't cold, I don't know what is.
And y'all, I was making really good time this morning. I told Scotty Ray, usually I'm breezing in at the last minute, which I had to do today too because I had a low tire this morning.
Cold weather will do it, but I guess
mine was a 10. Like mine had 10 PSI. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
PSI? Yeah.
You done run over something.
Yeah. So,
It's better to work that way than. Can you imagine this would be one of those days you have a flat and have to change that on the side of the road?
That would be awful. Horrible. My husband came out and aired it up as bad as I know he hated to be out there freezing. Oh.
Yeah, it's not one of your happies that you want to do bright and early today.
No.
It could be worse, and let me tell you about the 6 folks that it could be worse on. Let's just go ahead and go over here. Let me hit a couple buttons here, and we'll show you how life could take a turn for the worst at the last second here.
Goodness.
As we pull this up, let's go to the outage map right there. Look at here. We got some folks without power right now. They're working. This is right out by Clarkdale. About 3 homes in that area right there that is without. And we got 2 or 3 elsewhere as we back out and take a look at this. So they're working to restore that with the MEPA. They should have that fixed in no time. When we first started this morning, it was somewhere around 30 people. And you go, well, why is it out? All of that wind. Last night, we had about 800 at one time.
Oh, goodness.
And
it's kicking out there today, too. That wind is strong this morning.
We're going to have gusts of anywhere from 25 to 30. And you go, well, that's not bad until you go outside and you realize why we have that negative wind chill.
Yeah. We didn't get as much rain as I thought we'd get, which was a good thing.
Very good.
But it was that steady mist. I had to go to Starkville. Yesterday.
You have to go just a little bit further north of Starkville and get up right around Olive Branch. Now, we've got all types of snow and all of that stuff on the roads up in Olive Branch right at the Memphis line.
Yeah.
If you've got to go north today, keep that in mind. But like Starkville, it just didn't get it.
But there is a little bit of ice on the roads in areas, you can tell. And just go extra slow around curves and over bridges and...
we had a little bit of like on our driveway to where it would slope and have those areas still had a little bit of water in them that was froze solid. So with that in mind, you always do approach it. And the next thing that we want to talk about is we're talking about the power being out. It's due to limbs. Your less traveled roads on the rural routes will have limbs and things of that nature possibly in the middle of the road. The next thing you know, you come around a curve and you can't stop.
That's right. Yeah, I saw several limbs this morning, but hopefully all the pets and everything too outside were safe from the cold.
So I haven't gotten reports. Let's see. The last I'd heard, Philadelphia. What have y'all checked your temperatures on your thermometers and your windows to see what it is? I mean, right now Meridian 13. You said in your vehicle it was saying what?
12 in my vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah, that Lincoln I'm driving, you roll the window down, stick your finger out, and determine what the temperature is.
My windows were frozen shut this morning. They wouldn't even, and I thought surely by the time I got here with the heat on in the car and everything, they're still frozen shut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
Jeff Dean was talking about changing to flat high in this cold weather, how horrible that is.
I can imagine how bad that is awful. But let me just tell you, it has not stopped the hunters this morning. They're still out in full force. Yeah. I saw somebody, I guess they were duck hunting or something. They had the ducks laid across the back of the truck.
Oh, pretty cool.
Yeah, it was kind of neat. But yeah, they're it hadn't stopped them. So I guess the deer tend to move.
Oh, yeah. They're trying to keep warm. Yeah. Good morning to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Janet Riddle watching us from there. LaWanda says 9 degrees, back up to 12 degrees. Ooh, it's kind of been back and forth up there in Kemper County.
Goodness.
That is a lot.
Definitely not what we're used to.
Patsy joins us from Clark County this morning. Thank you. And as the rush goes on, I don't know if you went to Starkville yesterday of what the streets were like. I had to run into Meridian, and it was bumper to bumper everywhere you went.
Yeah. Like I know people are trying to get last minute Christmas shopping done, and they're also, I think, we're trying to get last minute groceries just in case they couldn't leave the house, because we just prepare down here. You can get a fleur and go get the bread, go get the milk.
Let's see if Joe will answer, and we'll find out what's going on at the pig, if they got any bread left. I'm curious. Just was it a rush out there?
Well, it seems like, which is a good thing, that the stores were over. Like, I guess they had planned on stuff like this happening, and maybe they fully were stocked yesterday. I know I stopped at a dollar store, and they had their bread and chips and candy, and everything was fully stocked. So, yeah. But it is a madhouse.
It is. Let's see. We got some more temperatures coming in. I thought we did Philadelphia. Good morning there. No, that's not a temperature. Got my bread and milk on Wednesday, Bill said. Just tootle right on down, took care of it.
Yeah. Bill says it's 9 degrees in DeKalb.
Beverly says 13 in Center Hill this morning. Heat wave.
Yeah.
Folks, I'm telling you, it's ferocious out there. This happened. I tried to wake my wife up to get her to drive me to work, and she wouldn't do it. Walking to work's tough. This new studio is bad.
Yeah, I thought about you. I thought, it's not like just walking upstairs anymore. Yeah. Yeah, it is cold.
Never lick your mustache in weather like this. It will stick to it.
Or like the kid in Christmas Story where he stuck his tongue to the light bulb.
It very seriously, I don't know if anybody's ever been deer hunting and that area around your mustache and all does start freezing.
Does it?
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were just joking.
It will.
Yeah.
Your breath, when it comes down, will get that moisture.
Yeah.
It is a little sheet of ice.
Yes. That's when you need your buddy heater.
I totally agree that you should never leave home without that.
Goodness.
Yvonne, how are you this morning? So good to see you. We do want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. Despite areas of crime and things that happen, we do live in a wonderful place of good Christian folks that believe in doing the right thing, and it is a good place. We help one another when we can in our area.
That's right. That makes me proud to see people, just like yesterday, talking about the toy-a-thon and stuff like that. I mean, it warms my heart that people come together and help other people in times of need, and at Christmas time especially, because there's those kids that don't get anything unless people do help. So
I hear Santa's bringing you a little coal this year. How did that say ever get started of the lump of coal? If you've been,
I don't know.
I'm sure it has something to do with the Kentucky coal mines in West Virginia. It has to.
Probably so. Yeah, I would imagine. But I got a toolbox this year for Christmas. That's what I wanted.
Like a Craftsman toolbox?
It was a big rolling toolbox, metal rolling toolbox.
So I have to ask why and what are you doing with it?
Well, he asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said, I would love to have one of those. I didn't realize, exactly how much they were, but anyway.
They're not cheap.
Yeah, but anyway, I wanted one because I used to do crafts and I paint and do all this stuff, and all of my things are crammed in 15, 20 different places, just wherever I can get them. And so I said, I don't really ever even pull it out anymore because it's just such a hassle. And so I said, I would love to have a toolbox to put all my stuff in with the drawers. It's got a work surface on top.
See, I really and truly thought you were going to put scissors, comb in each drawer and have your...
Where I used to work, now we had Craftsman toolboxes, and that's what we worked out of, and I did have that.
It does work.
Yeah, this one's cobalt blue.
There you go. She's been to Lowe's, y'all. Yeah. Merry Christmas. We'll be right back with more with Scotty Ray and Candace.
For a child will be born, for us a son will be given to us, and the government will be on his shoulders. He'll be named Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. from Reed Tree Service.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen now as they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
The Square Peg Mini Mall is located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia. And they're getting ready for the Christmas season with a large variety of furniture and over 30 vendors to browse through. You can take advantage of the layaway on furniture and not pick it up until Christmas Eve. The inventory is constantly updating, and there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Family owned and operated, where they treat you like family. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall located at 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia. Okay, I've had to break out the glasses. Robbie McKee just sent me the answer to what I said, and I didn't know this. The lump of coal, it began in Holland, it says. In the 16th century, before Christmas was celebrated, children would put their clogs by the fireplace long before stockings were used. When a child was bad, they got a lump of coal, but if they were good, they received a Christmas gift of small toys, cookies, or candy. Holland. I really thought that was a Kentucky thing.
Wouldn't that be bad if you did get a lump of coal, though?
It means you was a bad young'un.
I thouut that was just a running joke that you'd get.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm
That
sure
is
it did
neat,
happen
though.
at some point.
Neat.
It's kind of like the bad little boy.
You know, they sell
Cat.
at the stores, they sell the candy that it looks like the little sack of coal.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wrapped up candy, you know, it looks like coal.
Well,
cute.
I had never seen that. I'll have to check that out.
I do.
Let's see here. Yes, Naked Man has not been out today. He was out that last warm day. Now, if he's out today, it's shocking. It
Yeah.
would be a first time.
He might get a little frostbite today.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Man, talk about flagpoles getting stuck. Boy, that would be. I'll just leave that alone.
My arm fell off.
Ooh. As we look at this, let's look at the
laugh.
state of Mississippi as we talked about power outages. We're down to, I think, about 2 to 3 now. EMEPA working on their final ones out in the Clarkdale community. Statewide, we pull this up. When I first sat down in the chair around 4 a.m. this morning, it was somewhere around 18,000 that we had out statewide. We're now down to 8,700 people in Mississippi that are without power. So power companies all across the state are hustling to get people back in power.
You know they're freezing out there trying to get all this stuff done.
A generator would be worth its weight in gold if you were sitting with no power right now.
Yes.
We all know that. Tough. As we said, it's going to be some last-minute ferocious Christmas shopping today. It's kind of like the Olympics.
It is. You know, I've seen a comment up here about they had ordered some stuff they hadn't gotten yet. I'm the same way here. You know, I've been waiting on it. It was supposed to be delivered yesterday. So hopefully it will come today, or I will be last minute trying to scrounge around for.
I went ahead and, because we needed a part to fix the studio and paid the $40 extra for delivery. Had to have it. When you got to positively have to have it. It had to be shipped in. And I think we're going to be able to get all of our little small issues that we've been having fixed.
Yeah. So you did get it, though.
Yeah, it's on the counter over there. I don't know what to do with it. It's a thingy-me-bob.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Thingamajig.
Yeah, and it's got to hook into this majig over here that I don't know how to do. So we have IT crews working behind the scenes for today to get everything fixed for next week. Let's see what we have going on here as we glance across. Now, there was one place reports of shots fired last night. I've said this numerous times. We'll be very cautious in between now and the new year about what we'll report because gunshots can be mistaken for fireworks. It is an easy thing. You hear it in the distance. You go, what was that? And people, it may be against the law to shoot fireworks. It's also against the law to shoot a gun in the city. Has that stopped anybody? No.
It's not.
So we did get reports of somewhere between 20 to 30. Well, you know, they were bored. They had to do something last night. 20 to 30 rounds were fired last night as we go over to 40th Avenue. Right in that neck of the woods is where it all went down. Now, no injury, no damage at this point in time. Sometimes daylight sheds a different light on things and people call back and go, wait a minute, come back over here. But fortunately, no one was hurt. That is the good news. A lot of alarms went off in the overnight hours. Check your businesses. To my knowledge, there's been no major, maybe one in the county. I need to talk to Ward this morning, but several alarms were mentioned to me in the early hours that they had gone off, but no one got anything in the city that I'm aware of.
That's good.
Now, as we talk about that exact thing, let's talk about this from the Meridian Police Department as they share with us. This is a crime. North Hills last week, that area where the apartments are, North Hills, got hit pretty hard with people going through cars. Here's the video that the Meridian Police Department shared with us. They come up to your car, and this is what they do. Is you can tell him looking around, trying to decide, and he goes through the car and takes what he wants. And by all means, don't leave your car open and don't leave anything of value that is visible, especially if you go out to eat.
Yeah.
Well, that's I know that several restaurants by the interstate last Christmas, consistently, computers that people had bought where they were visible were taken.
A lot of people will leave their firearm in their vehicle.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Oh, stick that somewhere where nobody can see it. And I'll leave it at that, too. Yeah, be careful on that. We had a wreck yesterday in our little community. This would be out near Southeast. If you were sitting at the red light there where you turn right to go to Southeast, if you were to take a left, that's Old Highway 19. Someone struck a bridge there yesterday.
Oh, goodness.
Pretty big shakeup. Something happened to the vehicle and they lost control and slammed into a bridge head on. I think they're going to be okay, but...
That's scary.
Yeah. Someone I knew them and said that they were going to be fine, but shook them up, to say the least. We also go to Clark County. I'm telling you, boy, the wrecks that happen in Clark County, and I don't get all of them in Lauderdale County by any means, but our friends at Clark County Hot Topic shared this with us. Look at that. If you walk away from that, you are doing good.
Oh, yeah.
Upside down it went.
Like it rolled.
It did. Fortunately, I've never been involved in anything like that, but it can't be good. But glad that they're going to be okay and survive all of that.
The main thing, yes. You can replace a vehicle, Goodness.
Let's see here. Say I need to put a real-time temperature graphic in the upper left-hand corner of your broadcast. I'll work on that. I have to talk to those IT people that know how to do that.
That would be neat.
Yeah, it would be good to have up there to where you always know what it is. I'm sure that's possible. Speaking of that, as you're talking about real-time temperatures, let's look around the state of what we've got right now. Let's pull up radar where y'all can see this. As we go to Meridian Honda radar, we're looking at 14. Heat wave has hit Key Field, if you're standing out there right now. As we go up to NAS Meridian, they've moved from 9 to 12 degrees. All the guys there on the flight, still 7 degrees at Stark, Vegas. We're looking at 7 at Columbus Air Force Base also. And as you go up through here, look at this right here, Olive Branch, these areas. 2 degrees at Collierville, Tennessee, in Memphis. Burr and Burr and Burr. All of this area here, right here, Olive Branch. What is it sitting at? I don't know if I could. It's 1 degree at Olive Branch.
-8. What is that, wind chill?
Yeah, that's... Lets you know just how cold it is in other areas here.
I think I read the other day, it's the coldest Christmas in decades.
Yes.
So it's nice to have a cold weather at Christmas, but this is a little bit over the top.
Chet got somebody else to run out and check the gauge on the tree out front. It says it's 11 in Bailey.
Okay.
Now, I read this morning as I was going through all of this, North Carolina, they had a place that was -35 wind chill. How anything could survive through that. Mosquitoes don't even like that.
Yeah.
They're going to go head down to Mobile, hang out a couple of days, and come back for vacation.
I wish they'd stay away, mosquitoes.
Coconut, having coconut with my coffee. Sandra, I hope you brought enough for everybody else because now everybody wants some.
Oh, yeah, coconut cake. That's one of my favorites. I love it.
Who was that woman that used to make them and she got so good at it, she sold it to a store, that Pepperidge Ridge Farm lady?
Oh, Pepperidge Farms.
Yeah, they make really, really good coconut cakes. Those are great.
I had a customer bring me a sweet potato pie the other day, Billy Burnham. He goes to Vardaman, Mississippi all the time, every year, and brings me back sweet potatoes and So I'll have a sweet potato pie.
What was that? Sweet potato pie and hush my mouth? Tunica, Mississippi, in the early hours right before daylight. And this is where we talk about how it is here and how it is there. The police department in Tunica, that's right there as you're almost into Tennessee, shared these pictures this morning. And this is what the streets look like there. Again, these are the less traveled streets. Your interstates were fine.
But that would be slick.
Ooh, look at that. But isn't it beautiful?
It is pretty, yeah.
Kind of like Frozen.
It's always a pretty thing if you can just sit at home and look at it out the window.
That's the best time.
Yeah.
I know I looked at Nashville early this morning, and how you live and survive in that every day, I don't know.
Yeah. I guess people who are used to driving in it and they've been conditioned in the driving.
Well, like you take Gatlinburg, all those hills.
Oh, yeah.
How on earth do you conduct? Because here it's slick and you go to sliding those hills.
I guess they put snow chains on their tires and I don't know. Or
have to do something.
Snow tires, which I know when my daughter lived in Colorado, they had to have 2 sets of tires, I guess, snow tires for when it was snowing and cold.
Yeah.
It's expensive, though.
Oh, it definitely would there.
Yeah.
So be careful as you're out and about today. A lot of good folks out in this. And as someone mentioned there, as we get ready for 2023, it's going to be 70-degree weather.
Crazy. It's going to be rain. Is it still going to be raining on New Year's Eve?
That's what they're predicting. A little bit of light rain there. We'll watch it and let you know whether or not it happens. But boy. A domestic dispute in Jackson, Mississippi. Nothing like a good argument to start it. Father and son get into a fight. Dad shoots the son in the growing area. He's rushed to the hospital. He passes away. It looks as though this will be upgraded to a murder charge. Again, what you want to argue about that ends up this way? At Christmas on top of it.
That's horrible.
I don't see family reunions being the same after that. That's I also mentioned this earlier this morning, Birmingham, Alabama. And I have yet, it's my fault, I do know Meridian. We have a week left to go, 15 murders for the year. Jackson, I'm unsure of, but I know it's over 100. We look at a 31-year record broke in Birmingham, Alabama. We have 142 murders on the books so far in Birmingham, Alabama. That's a lot of folks that were murdered.
Yes, that definitely is. That's
Homicides.
horrible.
So we'll, I don't know how you solve that, how you fix that. I truly don't. It just goes on and on and on in Birmingham. And you can't help but think of it when you travel, when you stop to buy gas in these towns that you go.
You're scared, really.
Yeah.
I would be afraid to sit there and pump gas. But, I just feel for people who live in these areas and have to deal with that on a daily basis. It's just, horrible.
I talked to Dr. Mason this morning, if you've ever had the chance to go by and see the lights with that move with the radio. Let me see, make sure I got the times right on this. They're going to be doing the times from 5:30 each day to 10 p.m. each night. They turn them off at 10 so all the neighbors can go to sleep.
Yes.
But easy to find there as you're coming down 2030 and take a right and go into that. Just follow the bright lights.
It's really neat. Yeah, they have the, you can stop and when you're watching the lights, they have a little sign out there usually that tells you what station on your radio to tune into, and the music and the lights are coordinated, so it's really neat.
Denise put where her daughter lives. Is it Michigan where she lives? She just said it was negative 20 there on the wind chill factor side. It seems like it's Michigan or somewhere. Let me know where that was. That is way too cold to function.
It is.
I just I can't handle all of that. I'm not equipped for it, so to speak.
I'm not either.
So,
I got my leg warmers on.
Have you completed all of the Christmas shopping?
I have.
Now,
I have. All I'm going to do this year, yes.
Now, do you do the just put it in a bag thing to where it's simple, or do you go way out and do the pretty ribbons and all of that?
I've always gone way out and done the pretty ribbons, and I did wrap some things this year, but mostly I did a lot of bags this year just because I was tired and I was ready just to get it done. And I found some pretty ones, but I always have to even tie a ribbon on the bag. So
on the bag?
Yeah, I wrapped a bunch last night. I'll just say I was up till about 1 a.m. wrapping presents.
Ooh.
Ugh.
I can't wrap. I'll just be honest about it. Yeah. Mark tells us in Iowa, 11 degrees right now. The wind chill, look at that. You see that temperature? 38, negative 38.
That is awful. I would hate to be in that. That would be horrible.
You think of the state of Iowa and you just think of it, you don't think of it being like somewhere like South Dakota, but boy.
Yeah. Can you imagine these people out though in the ocean when they do the shrimping and like crabs and all that stuff?
No.
Can you imagine how cold that is out there?
The Barren Sea. What was that?
Yes.
What was that show that Mike Rowe used to do the MCing of?
Is that the Deadliest Catch?
Yeah, Deadliest Catch. Yeah, that's not a job for me. Those guys make a lot of money doing that, but very dangerous on top of it. Just not for me.
Awful.
I don't think I could even handle the TV show Below Deck. I'd be in drug somebody off that ship. They all rude and stuff. I couldn't handle that.
Gosh.
Oh, that does happen. Let's see what's going on. I think we really have summed up January 6th as they come to a conclusion and they head this, and what they want out of this is for him not to run for president. They've even said it. They want him barred from running for president. We are talking about Trump. Where this will lead, I don't know. But at the end of the day, that's the end result.
I'm just thinking, when does it end? I'm just tired of hearing about January 6th.
When he eventually says, I'm going to Florida to stay and not going to, I guess that's when it would end. And I would assume that one of those boys eventually will decide to step up and run for something. That's what we expect one day.
I'm wondering if DeSantis is going to throw his hat in the ring.
It sure sounds like it.
Yeah.
We can't guarantee that. Now, polls go back and forth. One week, it depends on who write the polls. DeSantis leads Trump. Today, as I read on that, nationwide, and what they were doing was narrowing it down in parts of Florida. But as you look at nationwide, Trump still, without a doubt, holds it for the Republican Party. I didn't say he'd win. I said that he holds it for the Republican Party of being the choice nationwide. Pretty much what they're betting on is 8 or 9, 10 years of bad publicity. It'll make people, before they put the check mark, go, I don't know about that. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, just put that doubt in their mind.
Yeah. And it's just like anything else that you do. You ever been to a voting poll and you step up there and you look at the thing and you go, oh my gosh, who are these people? I've never heard of them.
Yeah.
And you recognize one name because you saw an ad. And you'll check that because you knew the name, not what they do.
Right.
And that is the worst way to vote. Have I done that before? I absolutely have.
Yeah, I have too.
It's an educated voter is the best. It's always best to look ahead, see who's running and know. But
what they stand for, their track record.
Yeah. But I know life is fast and we don't always get to do that. Union, Mississippi is checking in with us this morning. 10 degrees, -6 on the wind chill factor, 6 below. When it's springtime in Alaska. That's what it feels like this morning, doesn't it? Really am glad so many of you have joined us and woken up with this. And I do hope each and every one of you get what you want for Christmas. As me and Scott were sitting here talking, and life changes for you the older you get and the more you realize what life really is all about. Being a child, it is that Santa coming. As you get older, having life and being with your loved ones really and truly turn out to be the most important things.
Yeah, my son, my little one that's 8, he was so excited last night. He was in there trying to help me wrap presents, and he said, I just love Christmas, Mama. And I was expecting him to say, because Santa Claus is coming and all this stuff, even though he knows what Christmas is really about. And he said, because we get to celebrate Jesus's birthday, and I get to spend time with all my family, so that warmed my heart that he said that. I was expecting something different, but that's just him, though. He's just got that little, heart. I mean, he does.
Trying to say tender heart? Is that what you were looking
for? Tender heart. He is tender hearted.
Lynn Swain tells us 9 degrees in the big city of Linville. Salute. When we had that board behind us like they do on Hee Haw, we do a salute for you.
Yeah.
Boy. And Mr. Johnson there checking on Naked Man. I think he's by a heater at the moment, is what we think.
Let's hope he don't sit down somewhere. He'll stick to whatever.
Yeah, that could happen. And leather seats are bad if you'll remember how shorts work out there. We look at this next story. We'll do this in just a second. We'll talk about this of a 6-year-old boy that his life was cut short. And this is across America. We'll look at this in Arkansas where it went on. We'll talk about that next. Scotty Ray and Candace. J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, and they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
As we turn to the farm supply, what's the hottest item in the store? Oh, look, it's the My Buddy heater. If you don't own one of these, drop and get you one of these. They're handy, and they got plenty of the gas cylinders to screw into this to keep you warm, especially if you've got to do outside work. Maybe you're going to be working on some plumbing this morning. Great to have beside you there.
It is. If you're a hunter, this is great to have. If you go to sports, soccer or either baseball or anything, it's great to have that sitting right next
Maybe
to
you work at the dog pound and want to stay warm.
Yeah.
Yep. Good thing to have that. And of course, these are great Christmas presents. They've got some great items to choose from as you go through here with all the latest decor and things in wrapping paper. And if you're looking for a great seat, anything like that, a swing, they got those all lined up to get. Poinsettias and a whole lot more inside the store. Sunglasses, maybe you need that. Or how about this? A toboggan for today. Those Carhartts, they really keep your ears warm.
They do.
Now, your hair, it's not great on the hair. They have not invented something for that. But who cares today?
That's right.
Be
I wouldn't
warm.
care. Keep those ears warm.
That's right. All your deer supplies, if you're looking for tinks and any attractants, and maybe a bag or two of corn, they got that for you there at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Exit 151 off the interstate is where you need to go for all of those great things that they have at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Speaking of, I needed to tell you, where did it go? Let me see if I can locate that. I think this is where I need to go over here and show you our winner that is coming from Jay's Taxidermy, this week's winner. Let's pull this up where everybody can take a look. There you go. This week's winner's prize pack from Hooks and Horn is Blake Irby from Clark County. Nice deer.
It's like uniform and
Yeah. Next Friday, of all the folks that enter a deer, we'll draw for another winner. Make sure to get your name in the hat for that. That's a pretty neat little deal there to win that.
I saw this morning where Luann Wilson's son killed and I guess he must have killed it up in Kemper. I think it was a 15 point.
That's a good deer.
It was huge. It was huge. He was sitting next to it, and the deer was a massive deer. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, absolutely. As Chet said, that was a nice deer. It was. As we talked about the young little fella there, you don't understand some parents how they cannot love. There are so many people in this world that can't have children and want to have it. And then you take somebody that has one that is cruel and mean to a child. We can't help but. Oh, it breaks us heart.
It makes me so upset to hear stuff like that.
A lot of times someone divorces and then they start dating somebody that's not good. Here's the case as we go to Arkansas. A little boy, 6 years old, was found buried underneath the house under a board. They'd pulled up a board and buried the little boy. The boyfriend drowned that little fella in a toilet. Murdered him.
Punishment. This is what this says.
Breaks my heart. I don't know any other way to word this. May they not be light on this man when he faces the judge and jury on this.
Yeah,
if you're convicted of this, you should pay for that.
There's a special place for people like that.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's not. We go to Memphis next. It seems to be a rash of this of folks that are rappers. Another life is cut short. We don't know what happened, but this seems to be a big guy, a rapper named Big Scar. Do you listen to him often?
No, he's not one that I
Don't act like you don't. No,
that I,
we know.
listen, I don't tune in to listen to him very often.
But he has passed away. They have not released why he's passed away. At 22 of natural causes is unlikely. So if you're into that genre of music, you may know him. But if you remember, not long ago, the man was there in the cookie store in Memphis, and he was shot.
Oh yeah.
I'm not
They
sure if
must have,
there's a
like, been following him
connection.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awful.
We'll keep an eye on that. Here's something we always say, especially during winter, if you're a parent, you need a cup of coffee and you pull up to the convenience store and you leave the car running to go in to get it. Don't do that. Lock the car if you're going to be just a second. Better yet, take your kids out of the car.
Don't leave your kids in the car at all. You never know what could happen. I mean, I've seen kids, get out of a car seat some kind of way, and I've heard of them get up there and put the car and drive.
Yeah.
And you just don't ever know, but somebody could jump in there and even bust a window out and jump in your car.
Well, that happened in Ohio as a mom jumped out to go get a cup of coffee in a convenience store, walks back out, and her car is gone. 3 days went by. They knew absolutely nothing. Had her boys in there. A 7-month-old, one of them, 5-month-old.
Yeah.
175 miles away, they found that little baby in front of a Papa John's pizza. I guess they were driving, decided, well, we've had enough of him, and set him out. 3 days later, he was okay. But what kind of person are you that hijacks a car with a baby? And
I wonder if they even check if there's somebody inside. They just jump in and go.
Most likely.
But still, that's scary. As a mama, I would be terrified.
You can't imagine. And I'll say it this way. I think something like that would be as close to what you could say is hell on earth.
Oh, yeah.
Of not knowing where your child is for that time period and thinking something. Because all you can think of, 24 hours is what they normally say of finding someone safe.
Yeah.
A
I
miracle.
can't even imagine. I mean, my heart would just stop when mine would wander off for a second in the store, or something. It just.
Do you remember a few years back what brought Dog the Bounty Hunter to fame? He went to Mexico following the bad guy, made the arrest, and brought him back. And Dog got a TV show out of it. The guy came up. He was up for to be bailed out of jail. Not bailed out. What's the word that you paroled? He was denied, so he's back in jail. He'll be there for a little bit longer. 20 years he's been there. Pretty bad guy there.
I'm sure the bounty hunter is hoping he stays there.
Oh, Dog ain't scared of nothing. He was married to what's-her-face before she passed away. She scared me, and Dog wasn't scared of her. What was that woman's name? Beth.
Yeah, it was Beth.
I'm telling you, Beth was one tough woman.
She was. I think he ended up marrying like her friend or something.
Is that what that woman is?
I think. I know he started dating her friend after that. They were a rough couple. Got rough around the edges.
And I'm not trying to judge anybody. I don't want anybody, what I'm fixing to say, oh, he's a do-gooder. I'm not. But I've watched the Dog Bounty Hunter show when it was real popular. And as they were chasing bad guys, they would use foul language, so to speak.
Right.
But also at the same time, it was almost like a double message. At the beginning of every episode before they went on the arrest, they had a round circle of prayer.
Right.
But then it's okay to go do a little cursing and let's go handle this. I'm not saying that most people do let one slip every once in a while, especially when you mash your finger into a door. You say ugly words that you wouldn't want to say in front of your preacher man.
Make up
Yes.
ugly words. Yeah. I think that day I was trying to back that boat down in the water, that pontoon boat.
No, that was your husband saying those.
No, I think I made up a word or two after I did about 25 times, and yeah.
That does happen there. Let's see here. Do you know the guy that is responsible for bankrupting so many people? This guy named Sam Bankman-Fried, the crypto guy.
Yes.
He has been extradited back. Off to jail he goes, and they are going to put up $250 million for his bond.
Who is they? I wonder.
His parents. They are putting their home up for collateral against the money getting him out. Now, rumor is that he's got money hidden all over the world.
Probably does.
As they went bankrupt.
But this, folks, is the reason why people like him do what they do, because they get away with it.
Sure can. I'm not sold on the crypto. I'm not.
I didn't know. I never really fully understood it. And so, therefore, I would not.
There was a
even
lot
try.
of people made a quick buck off of it in the beginning. But as you say, I didn't study it enough to quite.
I don't understand that.
It reminds me of, and I don't want to go off on a conspiracy theory here, but that almost gets into that one world order thing to where you no longer would have a United States currency, you wouldn't have currency in other countries, and it would be one world money.
Right.
I'd rather stay away from that.
Well, I mean, with that also comes the ability for them to take money out of, take money or anytime they get ready to, or they could just, it's not like they come and physically take your money out. They can just hit a button probably. And
They just going to check, make sure you didn't get no $600 check on your Venmo.
yeah, they are doing that. That did go through, right?
It did.
Yeah.
So
the Cash App or the Venmo stuff.
if you've got a little business that you've been doing online and you sell anything over 600, they're coming for their money. It's kind of like the prohibition area. They want their share of the money.
A lot of people sell furniture. They use furniture. They'll fix it up and sell it. Oh, just Venmo me. Yeah.
The Senate stayed a little late to make sure that they spent your tax dollars correctly. They went ahead and passed a $1.65 trillion budget, so the government will not shut down. Y'all heard that number, didn't you? 1.6.5 trillion. How on God's green earth will we ever pay for this?
I don't know.
When more and more people have quit working and rely on the other people to work for them and pay those bills.
And you see where it says the package also includes $44.9 billion for Ukraine within that.
A lot of Americans are not hip on. We will never get that money back. Now, also at the same breath, let's think about what we just said there. There's a lot of contractors making that money in the United States. As they always say, war makes millionaires. It's contracts passed on. Do y'all think that possibly somebody's best friend may be awarded a contract? Can't prove it. It's just thinking out loud.
I'm sure, but they need to focus on making our border more secure so that we don't have all these illegal immigrants coming in. So
you could take a portion of that money and probably clean up the streets of San Francisco, give those folks a place to live.
I'm sure.
But we give it to others, and we do it every year. Don't quite understand everything, do we? No. You're getting axed if you are a member of Netflix and you've been loaning your kids your password at Mississippi State or over at Alabama. Come January 1, it's over. It's done. No more sharing.
Oh, okay. And I wonder how did they trace that? How did they find that?
IP addresses. This computer, only one computer will be able to log in. It couldn't log in from a different location. That's how they track it. That's how a lot of murders are solved. If you remember back when that 48 hours first started, they had a killer that they were trying to track, and he got to where a lot of these serial killers they do it for the fame.
Yeah.
And he done a screenshot of an area where a murder took place. Well, they looked at the picture, and so then they got to looking who Googled what. And this is just how the internet works. And they narrowed it down to 10 people that could have taken that screenshot. And then guess what? They figured out where he was. It'll get you in trouble. Think before you do something like that. And who is smarter than the FBI? Your wife. I just want you to know that.
So basically, if you have she probably is smarter than the FBI. But basically, so if you have Netflix, you can only watch it at home or wherever you normally
That's
watch.
what they're saying.
Even if you went somewhere else and it's you using your own Netflix.
And Jeremiah may be right. You can use a VPN to bypass this. To be determined. We'll see if that works or not. Let's see here. Making it what we carried yesterday was the news, the national story, the national news now picking up Mississippi and that horrible incident there in Richland, Mississippi. The rest of the world is learning about that. Late yesterday, as the story broke with the video that we have on our page. Again, you can go back and watch that. Thank heavens the young lady that worked at Wally World is A-OK. Always good to know that.
Yes.
Let's see, what is down, what is not a good investment if you're thinking 2023, I'm going to invest my money in something. I can tell you where not to put it. Disney stock.
It's plummeted.
In the wake of the woke world, those stocks have shot to the bottom. The lowest it's been since 1974, Candace. It's been a while ago.
Yeah, they kind of shot themselves in the foot with that.
Yeah, they sure did there. This Avatar sequel done horrible at the box office and made shares plummet.
I always thought that was weird anyway. I I never watched the movie fully, but just the snippets of it. That
I don't think I did either. Now that you bring that
It's
up.
just odd.
Yeah,
They look odd on there.
absolutely. We'll be right back. We've got more on the way with Scotty Ray and Candace. It is Friday. Can y'all believe that? Boy, we'll be right back. Honeysuckles on North Hill Street is bringing the Christmas cheer to you this year. And don't forget to order your Christmas centerpiece today. A great way to light up your table. They have hand-painted ornaments brought in from Poland, and they make great Christmas gifts and heirlooms. They carry the complete line of Satterfield pottery, and that's made in Oxford, Mississippi. And don't forget about the fresh wreaths and garlands that are available. Order yours now. Honeysuckles, 2626 North Hill Street. Gifts for the holiday season.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
If you're looking for a deal, go to Facebook and type in East Mississippi Online Marketplace. Scroll through all of the pictures that are there and pick the item that you want to bid on. Bids end on Wednesday night and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And the winning bid can pick up the product the next day. Again, it's easy to do. Go to Facebook, type in East Mississippi Online Marketplace, and find the items that you want to bid on and save a bunch of money. That's 2 different auctions, Wednesday and Sunday night. Both sales end at 8 p.m. Chet's Paint and Body. They're over there drinking coffee right now, trying to decide who's going to crack the door to let the car in.
Hurry up, get in there.
It's cold. You'll find them there, and they're professionals, and this is what they do every day, all year long. They work on your cars and put them back to factory specifications, make it look really good there. No matter what the incident has been, a slip off into the ditch, you backed into something, or maybe you just wasn't paying attention and, ran into something in your own yard. We've all done it from time to time. Let Chet, they'll walk you through this and help you out there and have your car back to you in no time flat. Mm-hmm. It's a handshake that handles it all there at 9888 Highway 495. Drop in and visit with them. Now, we hope you don't have to use them, but if you do, Chet's a place to go to. Yes. Chet's Paint and Body. You'll find them there. That's that paint booth. Classics and a whole lot more taken care of. 601-737-2961 is the number to call. And, they'll have you going just like it should be done.
Yes. They get the job done and do a great job. They do.
I glanced down at my phone and to prove, somebody said I needed to prove to you that Naked Man was out walking yesterday. Yeah, they got a close-up personal picture of him right there by their car. And I like to drop my phone when I saw that.
Oh, my gosh.
He's here. He was very out walking yesterday. And whew.
He just got his walking in early because he knew he wasn't going to go today, I guess.
All he had was a smile.
I don't think he'd be smiling today if he was out there.
You can't make this up. Candace is dying to say, hand me your phone. Y'all see your face?
No, I do not.
She is wanting.
No.
Let me see.
Candace don't want to see it. No.
Let's see here.
That's something that would probably burn a hole in my. I couldn't get that. Unsee that.
There was a young lady that took the picture that I was told that actually took. Oh boy. Life expectancy sinks in the United States. We're going backwards. Now, of course, COVID has caused all this. We're going back to 1996 as we look at this. About altogether 77 is the expected age expectancy of us. Now, there's others that are fortunate to keep living and go past that, way past it. But that's what they're saying. Yeah. Average man doesn't live as long as a woman. 73-ish is what they put the money on. You wonder why? Well, because he's getting nagged at. Thought I'd answer that question. It's kind of like the lollipop. How many? That's the answer.
Oh, gosh.
Nobody knows what a man goes through.
Women just get the bad rap.
Why did egg prices surge so much this year? I often thought that. What's going on with that? It had to do with bird flu, chickens passing away, and it drove the prices up because there were several that died in these hen houses across America. I really didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I'm glad I read up on that.
But like eggs have gone up.
Yeah, tremendously.
I noticed that in the grocery store.
40 million of those chicks that laid eggs passed away. Oof.
Oh, gosh.
So that makes you pay a little bit more for them. Our 18 or 19 still run around like they all happy here. And little Ellie right behind them.
I bet they're in that little building.
Yeah,
Trying to keep
they're on their roost. They're not moving there. Let's see. As we look at this, over 12,000 flights have been canceled. Now, I don't know what this does to someone who waited to the last minute to fly home to see mom and dad.
Yeah.
How do you?
Yeah, I hate it for people like that are trying to get home for the holidays. But gosh, that's one reason why yesterday I didn't know what our weather was going to do. And I told my daughter, I said, she was planning on coming Saturday.
Yeah.
I said, you need to come today.
Absolutely. New York, Kentucky, Missouri, Oklahoma, Georgia, and North Carolina have all claimed state of emergencies with the storm that has gone through. It's going to be tough getting back home. Telling you, those streets that I looked at in Nashville last night were rough if you were trying to look about that. I disagree with this next headline. I won't go deep into this because I don't want to say it out loud too much. But there is a certain group of people, and we touched on it the other day, that want to do the spirit of this time of year. Jolly old St. Nick. There's some folks that would like to do away with that. They feel that people, well, you know where I'm going with that. I won't, but I don't think it's right.
Yeah, I don't think it's right either.
Because it does exist. It's right here, isn't it?
I just think that if you are so against stuff like that, you do you and let everybody else do them and just.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, go ahead and move on out to California.
No. No, I'm just
I'm sure you'll find somebody of your likeness out there.
Well, no. But I'm just saying, like, these certain groups of people who just make this big stink about different things like Santa or other things.
Yeah.
The world tends to try to just cater to them.
They do,
It drives me
because they're
insane.
louder.
Yeah.
The average person that does really well in life, works hard, doesn't bother other people, and it's those that just want to raise Cain.
Yeah.
Did y'all realize this? And I know this in the state of Mississippi because most everybody here doesn't even come close to making this salary. But the new Americans, that new workforce is going out there, they're not wanting to take any job that's less than $74,000 a year. It's a handful of jobs in the state of Mississippi that even probably pays that.
I know.
Younger workers are what are pushing that. It's going to make other prices go higher and higher. We know that. Nothing wrong with making a good living, but I don't think there is as many of those jobs as you think they are, at least not in our little state.
I'm not gonna lie, that'd be nice to make $74,000 a year. That'd be nice. But reality, like you said, is just not. It's not there.
Yeah, we'll be right back, and I'll tell you about the next group that wants to do away with using the word and term "sir." We'll tell you about that in just a second. As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Habo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts, and America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church, and nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Time to stop spending your entire weekend mowing grass. Step up to a Skag zero-turn lawnmower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Tate's Fireworks in Marion is open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. And again on New Year's Eve from 8 a.m. until. They offer professional grade fireworks at a low price. And if you don't want to scare your pets, they offer versions that are sensory friendly. Video monitors placed throughout their store to demonstrate how they perform in the sky. Tate's Fireworks has maintained the same great prices they offered last year. Be sure to check out their buy one, get one bins. And don't forget, they guarantee no duds at Tate's. Shop local with Jeff Tate and family at Tate's Fireworks in Marion and Collinsville.
Have you been in
As we talk about our friends at Maple's One Stop Shop, Clean, convenient, and locally owned. Right here in the Meridian area, all types of locations to drop into with breakfast being served up. Out in Causeville this morning, or St. Paul's. Nothing like a good bacon sandwich.
That's right.
I like those. Really do. They'll have dinner coming up before long. Lunch, if you need a great one on the go, $8.99. Get you some tea and 2 vegetables and a meat. It's great. Loyalty coffee to keep you warm on a day like this.
That's right. You get 5 cups, get your 6th cup free.
A cold drink may be exactly what gets your day started. Some folks like that caffeine in the morning.
Yeah.
Pick yours today. You can find it all at Maples, lottery tickets, and a whole lot more from Causeyville all the way to Pine Springs and Bonita. All these areas that help you out. 31st Avenue, Broadmoor, and Last Chance Tobacco there on Highway 493. Visit with them. One of the cleanest stores you'll ever walk into. It truly is. As I mentioned a moment ago, who is wanting to do away with, you always is respectful, number one, and I've always heard these guys were taught this from the moment they walk in. Yes, sir. It's a part of what you do. But there's woke epidemics sweeping through the United States Marine Corps, and they're trying to do away with the terms sir and ma'am to be more gender inclusive.
Here we go with the bending.
And that is...
there's a word that I often heard when I was growing up. And,
what was it?
It made me, I guess, better for it. No. You ever heard the word no?
Sometimes you got to use it.
Why don't you just say no? If you don't like...
You think about that. No, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. That's always been associated with our military because it's a form of manners.
Well, yeah,
discipline.
Respect.
Yeah,
respect. Yeah, and my kids, I've always taught them to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, and if they didn't, I corrected them, and that's just how I was a respect thing, and I expect them to respect elders and other people, but and to this day, I can call my son's name and he'll, ma'am. He's 19, so I don't know. You do you, like I said, and let everybody else do the. I just don't understand why people have to spew their negativity on everybody.
Because they want the world to be negative like them. They're miserable.
Miserable people love company.
There you go. So, it's true. Well, who has hired an attorney? Whoa, he's had to dig into that stash that he had hidden that no one knows about. Hunter Biden has already prepared and got him an attorney because he kind of feels like there's something coming. Yeah. And I'm afraid he's right. So he's hired the attorney that helped Jared Kushner and also Bill Clinton.
Oh, okay.
We'll see how this turns out for them over the next year. We don't know. We're coming up at the top of the hour, almost time for us to go away. And we again want to wish you a very Merry Christmas from our family to yours.
Yes, we do. We hope you have a blessed holiday season and a safe holiday season if you get out and go to any Christmas parties or get-togethers. I hope everybody stays safe.
And don't forget the boys in blue and all the way around from the Mississippi Highway Patrol. And each little city will have their police force out in full force this weekend to ensure safety is what it's about.
Yes, and remember those who have lost loved ones because this is a hard time of year for them. So...
and think about those who are having bad hair days today. Just say a little prayer for them.
It is windy. Yeah. Y'all have a blessed weekend.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: